Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your June reading. Already June. So, I've meditated and pre-laid the first layer of cards. What I pulled was underlying energy. What can explain what you're living right now, or that maybe you lived in the past. Here I have the Ace of Cups that came out, followed by the Chariot and the Eight of Pentacles, and finally the Ace of Swords. So we have two aces sandwiching the Chariot and the Eight of Pentacles. The aces are that divine spark. So Ace of Cups, we're talking, it can be creation, we're talking about emotions, we're talking about inner peace, love, our self-esteem also, because the cup itself is made of our self-love. We can only receive as much as we value ourselves. It's a law of the universe. So we're talking about this. And we're also talking about a clarity, the mind, that kind of aha moment of its victory through mental understanding that comes from the divine also. These two come from the divine. So that's why it can be like a aha moment, you know, oh, I understand. And in the middle, the Chariot, being a card of success when you are aligned and you have a goal and you're going for it. And here also it's a kind of success because this is mastering your craft to a point where you can see the result of the energy you have put and the work you have put into something, and you're seeing the results. So it could be at work, it could be in relationships, it could be in any area of your life. But we're talking about that dynamic. In the now, in the month of June, we have here the Four of Wands and the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands being like conflict, bickering, you know, different opinions. It can be competition. When you're at a workplace, of people giving their ideas and things like that. With the Four of Wands, which is your home, your solidity, the celebration of your grounded willpower, of what you have created. There might be a bit of conflict there. We'll clarify and see how it is. After that, you have the Two of Cups. So maybe we're talking about a relationship. And then I have the Star. And that is a card of healing, because the Star comes after the Tower. After we have understanding, or that something happened that shook us and crumbled what was no longer needed in our life. We get this understanding that it was for our own good at one point. The Star, we realign with what we're supposed to do with our stars, and we have no problems being vulnerable, and we have faith that we are backed up. We are not alone. We are backed up by the universe. That's why she's not afraid of pouring all of the water she has in the pond of the unconscious, because what she understood, she brings back in the unconscious collective. You know, it's that movement. So that is going to be in the now. In the future, or the result of that, I have the Queen of Wands. So we could be talking about either a fire sign woman, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or it could be your feminine side, the one that is magnetic, that attracts what you want to create, and all of that. There is an ending, finishing of a cycle. Here we have the World and death. So it's very hard to be more precise on the finishing of a period, of a karma, of a cycle or something, because there's a total transformation. Here you have learned everything that you needed to learn. You have the crown of laurel here of understanding, graduation. She's suspended in balance with all the 4 fixed signs there in the universe. It's a understanding. It's the world. Then you can bring into concrete what you have understood. And this is transformation. It is death. It is the end of a cycle that puts you after in the 2 of Wands. Where do I go from now? Making a decision. Do I stay in my comfort zone? Do I go upon the world? It's going to put you in a crossroad. Under the deck, I have the 7 of Swords. So we might be talking about something that would have happened behind the curtains, in the shadows, that either left you powerless, or that part of you was able to strategize to win, to overcome. Because like in the night, he goes and steals the swords of the enemy camp. So the next day, that enemy camp, of course, they're losers. They don't even have swords to fight with. So you're either the little guy that strategized there, or that has been done to you. And it's done in the night. That means it's done behind the curtains, in the dark. Let's clarify what we're talking about here. I call upon the light. I call upon spirit. I call upon my guides. Help me clarify this reading for Capricorn for the month of June. Capricorn. June. Okay. Okay, show me the Ace of Cup. Show me the Ace of Cup for Capricorn. What has been going on here? Ace of Cups. Capricorn, Ace of Cups. Okay, so they're giving me the Chariot again with the 7 of Cups. So this can be that an emotion, something that you were living. It could be love per se. Maybe was either an illusion, a projection. And here with the Chariot, there's this need to realign yourself with what you believed and what you want, so that you can have success over that. Because since, you know, it's something you worked on and you've seen results, but there's a risk that it might have been illusionary here. What is the understanding? What is the understanding? Something that you would have worked for, invested time and energy. What is the understanding? Show me the understanding for Capricorn. Ten of Swords. Okay, that's when you're at the end of your rope here. We have the understanding of what has had happened. Maybe you're going to discover treason around you, of something that you thought was solid and successful and direct, and that finally did not give the results that you wanted. But this is, at the same time, once we get the understanding, we finish that cycle here. That's the end of a cycle, and you do have death in the end of a cycle here. So it's a betrayal. It's something that that brought you to your knees, that really hurt you on many levels of yourself. But it's the dawn. So there is that overcoming of it in the same card. There's the crashing and the overcoming of it in the Ten of Swords. And especially with the Ace of Swords, is that you understand. You understand, now you see what happened. Talk to me about that Four of Wands here. It could have something that happened at home, per se. What is that Four of Wands? What happened in the Four of Wands? With the Five of Wands there, the arguments, the bickering. What is it? It's a bit of chaos. Fives are disruptive energies to rebalance after, so we can rebalance. Okay. Justice and the Moon. So maybe you're going to discover something. And with Justice and the Moon being everything that is hidden, in this case here, maybe there were conflicts that were hidden, or maybe those conflicts were inside of you. You know, trying to make it like it's okay, I'm continuing, I'm working, but inside I'm not happy. Or someone around you acting in the shadow. But here justice comes out. That means that truth comes out, and there's a judgment being done about it. You see clearly, and once you know a truth, there has to be consequences for it, actions that you have to take. What is the Two of Cups here? Two of Cups. Five of Pentacles. So that is a relationship that is not equal. That one of the characters would be like inside in the warmth and the other one is outside in the cold. It is not a union that elevates and heals. It's a union based on a lack mentality. You don't get what you deserve. You're left out in the cold. So it wasn't a balanced relationship. And it's like if you see it all of a sudden, maybe somebody tells you, or you're witnessing it, or you're noticing that some of all the emotions that you built around these things were not founded. They were in the clouds. You were alone to feel them, because the other one was acting behind you. And that will come as a shock to you. the Tower, and see, I have the Four of Wands here. It's really in your home, in maybe a relationship that you have. Of course, this is not all Capricorns for sure, but Spirit is telling me a story for Capricorns out there that just need to hear it. The Star. The Star, Spirit. Okay. I will not take all of the deck here, but the one that flipped right side up, and it's the Wish card. So, you know, these are two wish fulfilled, which is weird because, see, here you're living something very hard, and about a dynamic, a relationship you have. It could be with a family member, it could be with a friend, but it affects your home, yourself, your solidity. And then right after, we kind of have the understanding of it with the Star, of the purpose of all of that, and we have emotional contentment. Maybe once justice comes and clears all of that about that reality here, you have that kind of relief of something that is going to clear your life here, or you regain your faith, but you're regaining it pretty fast. Talk to me about that Queen of Wands. What is that Queen of Wands? Queen of Pentacles. So that could be you, your feminine side. It's like if all of a sudden you kind of understand, because you do get the understanding and you do pass that cycle. So it's almost like if this is your feminine side, your capacity to nourish and take care and nurture, nurture, take care, and attract and be magnetic and beautiful, man or woman, the feminine side inside of us. So it's like if you gain back your faith, you're self-confident, because Queen of Wands is very self-confident, and also your capacity to nurture and everything. It's like getting back on your feet, but I don't know if it's super fast, but that's the step that comes after what you discover, what you make a judgment on, how you see the true dynamic with somebody, and that you decide that you are worth much more than that. You realign yourself, and you gain back that feminine side, being magnetic and all of that. Talk to me about the World and Death. Spirit, talk to me about the World and Death. Yeah, okay. All right, so here we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. That's the third queen, but that's the queen that has a lot of discernment, that turned her pain into wisdom, and that now will not let anything pass less than what is deserving through that sword of truth to her. She's like, okay, come on, what do you have to offer? But you should know that it is going to pass through the sword of truth before it gets to me. And her crown is with butterflies, because the transformation has happened between the caterpillar, between the experience into the understanding butterfly. We have Three of Cups and Ten of Cups. Rejoicement, total rejoicement. It's almost like it's going to relieve you. Seeing that truth, understanding, going through that, maybe cutting somebody out of your life, because the Queen of Swords does that. She makes a final decision. If somebody is not true around them, it's like, now I see you for who you are. There are no more secrets here. So I am cutting you out, because the dynamic between the two of us was Five of Pentacles. Not getting what I deserve, being left out in the cold. And all of a sudden you gain that security, self-assuredness, celebration of life, and an opportunity from the divine, a new seed to plant. And that is probably why you have a decision to make here. Two of Wands, Spirit. So maybe it's going to be a bit of a shock, but all of that is for your alignment and your success. Cancer, the Chariot there. Ah, my God, eh? All right. So the choice here is about what is maybe going to be about somebody else that is going to bring your heart, or where you are going to bring your own heart. Because here he has a choice to remain where he is in his comfort zone, or to go up to the world. Here you have the globe. So that's Lord of his domain, and so the decision is maybe, now that I am free as a bird, celebrating life, I have a new opportunity coming from the divine. It has no shape yet, because it can be an idea, it can be whatever. It's in the Ace, it's in that spark. And so maybe either you are going to decide where you are going to go with that, bringing your heart, or decide if you are going to accept this Knight of Cups coming towards you with a proposition, a loving proposition. So it's like if it's this switch, total switch. You understand, you see clearly, you cut, and you're like, all right, let's continue. There's no lingering here. The cycle finishes, you transform, and you go on. And it will affect a lot. If you're a woman, it's you, those three queens. If you're a man, it's your feminine side, what you've been attracting towards you, your capacity to nurture yourself, take care of yourself. What do you accept? Total switch. Wow. Yeah. It's this guy is getting caught, and you're getting out of there. And you're going to be happy about it. Maybe not at the beginning of the month there, but once you understand what was happening, you'll just be happy to get rid of that person around you that was really toxic. So, Capricorn, this is your reading for the month of June. I'm gonna wish you love and light. Thank you for all your comments and shares, and I read them all, and subscribes. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you next month. All right? Namaste.